Virgo, stop breathing the way you have been breathing. Stop it. That shallow, cautious inhalation you have perfected, the one that barely moves your ribs, the one that keeps you ready to freeze, to flinch, to pull back at the first sign of rejection, that breath is no longer compatible with where you are going. The atmosphere has changed. The oxygen mixture in your future is richer than your lungs have been trained to handle, and if you do not learn to expand now, you will faint from the very abundance you have been praying for. This is not a warning. This is a calibration. You are standing in the final stage, the last corridor, the thin strip of shadow that separates the life you have survived from the life you were born to claim. And on the other side of this strip, someone is no longer walking toward you. They are running. They are sprinting. They are tearing through their own last defenses with a violence that would frighten them if they were not so utterly consumed by the single truth they can no longer outrun. They are about to pour their heart out. Not eventually, not soon, not when the timing is better or when the stars align more neatly. Now, the final stage is not a waiting room, it is the compression chamber. It is the moment when every unsaid word, every swallowed confession, every glance that retreated back into safety, every hand that reached and then retracted, all of it is being forced to the surface by a pressure that has exceeded the structural integrity of their silence. Their silence is cracking. Their silence is hemorrhaging. Their silence is standing in front of you with its hands raised in surrender, and what is about to replace it is a flood so total, so specific, so irrevocably honest that it will redefine the geography of your entire existence. Virgo, you have been here before, not in this exact room, but in the antechamber of almost. You have stood at the threshold of breakthrough so many times that the threshold has started to feel like home. You have learned to decorate the waiting room. You have hung curtains over the uncertainty. You have made a life inside the almost, convincing yourself that the view from the window of not quite yet was satisfying enough. You told yourself that love was a slow burn, that declarations were dramatic and therefore suspicious, that if someone truly felt something, they would show it in small, consistent ways rather than in the explosive, terrifying, vulnerable vomit of truth that you secretly craved. You disciplined your hunger. You trained your hope to sit. You became so good at waiting that waiting started to look like wisdom. It was not wisdom, it was accommodation, and the accommodation period is over. The final stage has a sound. You are hearing it already, even if your conscious mind has not named it. It is the sound of a dam that has reached maximum capacity. It is the groan of concrete that was never meant to hold back this much water. It is the high-pitched frequency that dogs hear before the earthquake, the vibration in the jaw that precedes the sonic boom. In your body, it registers as restlessness that has no source, as a flutter in the stomach that is not hunger, as a sudden inability to tolerate the old conversations, the old patterns, the old excuses you made for people who were not ready. You are feeling the final stage in your cells because your cells know what your mind is still trying to deny. The breakthrough is not coming, it is here. It has already arrived in the invisible realm, and the only thing left is for the physical world to catch up. The lag is seconds, minutes, days, not months, not years. The lag is the final stage, and you are in it. Let me tell you what the final stage looks like from their side, because understanding their internal weather is going to prepare you for the storm that is about to make landfall in your life. This person has been holding back a reservoir of feeling that would drown a city. They have been managing it, containing it, redirecting it into work, into sleep, into the gym, into distractions that grew more desperate as the water level rose. They told themselves they were being strategic. They told themselves that timing mattered, that they needed to be in a better place, that they needed to sort out their past, their finances, their fears, their wounds. Before they could approach you with anything clean, they wanted to offer you a polished version of their love, a sanitized package, a heart that had been vacuum sealed and labeled and delivered with instructions. And in their pursuit of this impossible perfection, they almost missed the point entirely. The point is that love is not clean. The point is that a heart poured out is messy. It is blood and salt and history and terror. It is not a gift wrapped box. It is a live organ, still beating, offered in shaking hands. And they have finally understood, with a clarity that arrived like a blow to the sternum, that if they wait one more day to be ready, they will lose you. Not because you are leaving, not because you have issued an ultimatum, but because the final stage does not negotiate. It demands passage. It demands that the truth be spoken before the window of courage slams shut forever. They have felt the window moving. They have felt the draft of their own cowardice turning cold, and they are done. They are about to pour their heart out, and the contents of that pour are going to shock you. Not because you do not know they care. Some part of you has always known. Your intuition, which is the most precise instrument in your arsenal, has been picking up the signal for longer than you have allowed yourself to believe. But knowing that someone cares is not the same as being flooded with the full, unfiltered, unedited torrent of their devotion. You have been receiving the censored version, the version with the sharp edges sanded down, the version with the intensity dialed back to a level they thought you could handle. They were wrong about what you can handle. You were born to handle the truth. You were built to stand in the center of a heart storm without being swept away, and they are about to test that hypothesis with the full force of everything they have been withholding. Imagine a room, any room. The room where this is going to happen does not matter as much as the physics of the moment. They enter it, or you enter it, or you both arrive there by what feels like accident but is actually the most precise choreography the universe has ever arranged. The air is different, thicker, charged with the ions of imminent confession. They look at you, and in that look, the last wall comes down. Not gradually, not brick by brick, all at once. The demolition is internal. You will see it in their eyes before you hear it in their voice. You will see the decision being made. You will see the surrender. You will see the exact second when their pride, their fear, their strategic planning, their carefully maintained composure, all of it is bulldozed by a single devastating imperative. Tell her. Tell her now. Tell her everything. And then they speak. The first words will not be poetic. Do not expect poetry. Expect a voice that cracks. Expect a throat that has gone dry from the adrenaline of truth. Expect a sentence that starts and stops, that doubles back, that apologizes for its own clumsiness. They may say your name first, not the casual version, the full version, the version that sounds like a prayer in a language they are just learning. They may tell you that they cannot sleep, that they have tried, that they have medicated, distracted, exhausted themselves, and still you are there, in the dark, in the silence, in the space between their thoughts where no one else has ever been allowed to live. They will tell you that they have compared you to everyone else, and the comparison is not even a contest. It is a category error. It is like comparing gravity to a suggestion. You are the law. Everything else is optional. They will tell you about the moment they knew, not the gradual accumulation of affection, the moment, the lightning strike. The second when they looked at you and felt their entire future rearrange itself around your shape, they will confess that they tried to ignore it, that they tried to find reasons why you were wrong for them. Too intense, too precise, too demanding, too everything, and how every reason dissolved like sugar in water the moment they tried to hold it. They will tell you that they have been walking around with a secret so large it has been compressing their lungs, that every interaction with you has been a performance of restraint, that when they looked calm, they were actually screaming inside, that when they sounded casual, they were actually rehearsing the speech they are now giving, that every time they touched you, if they ever touched you, it took every ounce of their willpower not to pull you into the kind of embrace that would have ended the world as you both knew it. And then they will say the words, not the words you have heard before, not the recycled lines from movies or the hollow declarations they may have offered to others in a past life. These words will be raw, freshly mined from the deepest vein of their being. They will tell you that they love you, but even that phrase will feel insufficient. They will have to elaborate. They will have to invent language on the spot to describe a feeling that has no precedent in their experience. They will tell you that you are the first person who ever made them feel safe enough to be small, that your strength does not diminish them, it holds them. They will tell you that your standards, which they once found intimidating, are now the only map they trust, that your silence is not empty. It is the most articulate thing they have ever heard, that your hands, when they move through your daily rituals, are performing a kind of magic that makes them want to believe in God. They will tell you that they do not want a future, they want your future. They want to build inside the architecture of your becoming. They want to be the witness, the partner, the co-conspirator in whatever you are becoming next. And Virgo, here is what makes this final stage unprecedented. It is not just a confession, it is a transfusion. They are not merely informing you of their feelings. They are transferring the entire volume of their emotional blood into your veins, and your body is going to react. Your heart, which you have kept under such strict regulation, is going to experience a spike so intense that you will feel it in your fingertips. Your vision may narrow, your knees may soften, the room may tilt. This is not weakness. This is the physical recalibration of a system that has been running on starvation rations suddenly being offered a feast. You are going to feel dizzy. You are going to feel warm. You are going to feel a sensation in your chest that is not cardiac arrest, but the exact opposite. the moment when your heart finally starts beating at the speed it was designed for. You must not interrupt them. Do not stop the pour to manage it. Do not say wait or slow down or are you sure, because your anxiety cannot believe that the breakthrough has actually arrived. Let them empty the reservoir. Let them spill every drop. Let them tell you the ugly parts too. The jealousy they felt when they saw you speak to someone else. The nights they spent hating themselves for not being brave enough to say this sooner. The terror they feel right now, in this moment. As they watch your face for any sign that you do not feel the same, let them show you the full inventory. The love, the fear, the need, the history, the hope, the desperation, the absolute, unvarnished truth of a human being who has decided that the risk of your rejection is smaller than the agony of your continued absence from their heart. And when they finish, when the last word has left their lips and they are standing there exposed, trembling, waiting for your verdict, you must not offer a verdict. Not immediately. Not with your mind. Your mind will want to analyze. It will want to catalog the confession, to check for inconsistencies, to protect you from possible future pain by finding the flaw in their delivery. Do not let your mind run the response. Let your body speak first. Let your breath deepen. Let your eyes do what they have been aching to do for months. Let your hand find theirs, or your arms find their shoulders, or your forehead find their chest. Let the physical truth precede the verbal one, because love is not a debate. It is not a contract to be negotiated. It is a frequency. And in the final stage, the only response that matters is resonance. When you do speak, let it be simple. Let it be true. Let it be the words that your own heart has been screaming into the soundproof room of your restraint. Tell them that you know, that you have known, that their confession is not a surprise but a confirmation. Tell them that the love they are offering is not unrequited, it is reciprocated, with a precision that matches their own. Tell them that you have been waiting not because you are unsure, but because you are certain that anything less than this total pour would not be enough for you. Tell them that their timing, which they have cursed as late, is actually perfect, because you needed every day of the final stage to clear the space in your life where their heart can now live without competition. This is the breakthrough, Virgo. Not the confession itself. The breakthrough is the moment when two people stop performing and start occupying the same reality. The breakthrough is the end of the translation layer, the end of the subtext, the end of the strategic silence and the calculated distance. The breakthrough is when love stops being a rumor and becomes a fact, a physical fact, a daily fact, a fact that you can touch and taste and sleep beside, and that fact is here. It is not approaching. It has arrived. The final stage was the door. The confession is the key turning in the lock. And what opens before you now is not a possibility. It is a room, a real room with walls and windows and a bed and a table and two places set for breakfast every morning for the rest of your life. The person who is about to pour their heart out is not the only one who has been transformed by the final stage. You have been transformed too. You have been emptied of your old tolerance for ambiguity. You have been cured of your addiction to almost. You have been stripped of the patience that was actually just fear dressed in nobility. You are no longer the person who waits in the hallway hoping to be invited in. You are the person who opens the door, who claims the space, who knows that love is not a gift to be begged for, but a force to be recognized and inhabited. And because you are this person now, you are ready to receive what is coming. You are ready to be loved out loud. You are ready to be chosen publicly, completely, without reservation or fine print. I am seeing the aftermath of the poor with a clarity that makes the future feel like memory. They are lighter. The weight they have been carrying is now distributed between you, and the distribution is so even that neither of you feels burdened. You are laughing, not the polite laugh of relief, the wild laugh of two people who have just survived a war they did not know they were fighting. You are touching each other with the tentative greed of explorers who have finally reached the treasure and cannot believe it is real. You are saying things that would have sounded ridiculous yesterday, but today sound like scripture. You are making plans that would have felt premature an hour ago, but now feel inevitable. The breakthrough has broken through, and the air on the other side is so sweet it makes you dizzy. But Virgo, I need to warn you about one thing. The final stage does not end with the confession. It ends with your acceptance. If you reject the poor, if you deflect the flood, if you meet their vulnerability with your old armor of skepticism, you will not merely hurt them, you will damage the timeline. The breakthrough is a fragile architecture in its first moments. It requires both of you to step into it fully. It requires you to drop the last of your own defenses, the ones you kept in reserve, just in case. Just in case they were not serious. Just in case you were imagining things. Just in case the love you felt was not real. Those reserves must be liquidated now. Burned, scattered to the wind, because the love is real, the love is here, and your conditional readiness is the only thing that could still block the door. You are going to sleep differently tonight. Whether the confession happens today or tomorrow or in the exact hour that the universe has selected without consulting your calendar, you are going to sleep tonight knowing that the final stage is complete. The waiting is not just almost over, it is over. The love that has been living in the invisible is moving into the visible. It is putting on shoes. It is walking up your driveway. It is knocking with a hand that no longer hesitates. And when you open the door, you will not find a question. You will find an answer. The answer to every night you spent wondering if you were too much. The answer to every morning you woke up feeling the absence of something you could not name. The answer to every prayer you whispered into your pillow, every wish you made on stars you could not see, every hope you buried because you were afraid to watch it die. The answer is standing on your threshold. The answer is breathless. The answer has been rehearsing this moment in the mirror, in the car, in the dark, for longer than you know. And the answer is about to speak your name with a voice that has finally found its true volume. Let it speak, let it pour, let it flood the dry riverbed of your heart until the current is so strong it carries away every stone of doubt you ever placed there. Let the breakthrough break you open, not into pieces, into bloom. The final stage is finished. Love is not coming. Love is here. Step into it, or better yet, stand still and let it crash over you like the wave you were always meant to drown in. The door is open, the water is warm, and the voice you have been waiting to hear is already saying your name.